Boutique. I hope everyone is doing well today. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and also welcome to my current ones. I'm coming today with a video on how to use your Stamperia pad, and let's see how many journals and items we can make out of it. I have a ton of these. I love them and I want to use them. So we're going to start out by, this is the Stamperia Blues collection, and I would say 99% of my Stamperia pads I bought from MADI at Spectrum Art Creations. So you guys be sure to hop on over there. I'm sure most of you are familiar with her, but if you're not, I will put the link down below so you guys can go shop in their online store. And also, MADI has a sale every Saturday. So you guys hop on over and join her. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. So let's get started. So this is 10 double face sheets. It's 12 by 12. So we'll start by, kind of taking a look. Look at this gorgeous paper. I mean, you don't even have to really do anything to it. Stamperia is so fabulous. I mean, just look at the background texture that you have on these sheets. I mean, they're fabulous. So I'm going to start with this first page, and I'm going to just take it apart. And this first page I am probably going to definitely use. I can make tags, cutouts, little flips, anything out of this. So this is the back of it. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this aside because I know I'm going to be cutting this up. So this is the next sheet. And let's take it apart. So on this sheet, you can actually get, it's a 12 by 12. So I could cut this in half. And I could have two 6-inch high journals out of this if I wanted. So that would be 2. This is the next page. Now I could either do the same thing with this, or I could cut it a little bit smaller and make some journals that face this way. So if we did that, that would be 5. And then you could use these other pages as fillers. It also comes with these beautiful tags we can cut out and use. And the list just goes on. Look at these fabulous envelopes and little text that you can make with this. So we're definitely going to pull that one out because we know we're going to cut that up. Then you have this beautiful music paper. And just tons and tons of texture. Now, in my journals, I mean, you could completely use these pages over here for your inside pages of your journal. And I probably will do that as well. But I want to add some coffee dyed paper or some regular paper with this as well. So this is probably going to be a little series because I know I can't get everything done in one day. This right here is the back cover. And so I have a little idea of what I'm going to do with this one. So I'm going to lay this one aside too, and we'll get to that in a later video. All right, so we're back to the beginning. So I think what I want to do to start is I want to start by cutting this in half. So let me lay this out of the way. I'm going to get my cutter. And I think I'm going to cut it this way. And so I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. And a lot of you guys know that these sometimes always aren't the perfect, 12 by 12. But we're going to start by seeing what we can do by cutting this in half. All right, so now we have 2. So I'm going to get my little scoreboard. And what I want to do is I want to score this. So we know it's 12. So I want to score it at 6, which is right here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of room on each side. So I'm going to go a 1/4 inch, an 1/8 of an inch over the 6, and to the left an 1/8. Okay, so that's going to give us our scores here. So it's going to give you enough to have a little bit of wiggle room there. Come on. And if you guys are wondering why I scored in the middle, I use that kind of as a guide where to sew, so I get my signature right in the middle. And that's just the way I do it. You definitely don't have to do that. You can measure, but that's just the way I do it. So now we have a little bit of wiggle room there at the top, as you can see. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. So my 6 is here. I'm going to go an 1/8 over that way and an 1/8 to the left. And I'm going to fold that. And we've got our one right down the center. There, in the center. So again, I'm sorry if I'm out of camera. So we have that. Okay, so so we basically have 2 covers, okay, which I think are absolutely fabulous. So on this sheet, the next one in the pack, pardon the noise. Actually, I kind of like. It's just like, I'm sorry about the noise. Let me get these torn apart. They'd be a little bit easier to look at here. If I can get them torn apart. Should have done this beforehand. I apologize. I could have noticed. All right. Okay, so here's what we have left. All right, so I have in mind to make 3 little foldovers or notebooks. I just need to decide which gorgeous piece I'm going to use, which is so hard because I love them all. All right. Whoops. All right. So I'm going to go back to this one, I think. All right. So now we have this one. So I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to cut these in 4-inch increments. So there's 1, 2, and then this is our 3rd one. And I have in mind to make these into little notebooks or little flips that are going to be like this. Love this. So we have those. So if we're looking, so far we have 5 items that we can make. And I will show you how I'm going to do these. You have 2 small journals. So let's go to the next part. Love this. So I think what I might do with this is we may cut it in 4s as well. and then we'll do flips the other way. I just like to get the most out of my pads that I can get, because I do not want to waste any of this gorgeous paper. All right. All right. So on these, I am going to make some little flips. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold it like this. Just do an overlap about right there. All right. So now we have this. Okay. And I'm going to do these the same way. I'm going to make them a little about like that. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this because I kind of know the shape that I want. Okay, so we have another one. And then this one, I think I want to use this side. Oh, so pretty. And I'm just kind of eyeballing, like I said, of where I want to use this one. All right. And then these, yep, I kind of like it. Yeah, like that on the top. So these, we're kind of going to do the same thing, but a little bit different size. Okay, so I just cut them at 4 inches right down the middle, and then I've just folded them like this. There's one. And I'm turning them upside down. So you have like this. This is the side I want showing, and I want it upright. So I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to pull this down. So it'll be right side up. And I'm not sure if MADI still has this exact paper collection, but MADI has hundreds of Stamperia collections. And she's always on top of her game. She always gets new ones in when they come out, when they're released. So I'm sure if anybody if you love Stamperia paper, you're not going to have any trouble, I don't think, finding what you want, for sure. All right. Okay, so far we have these two. We have these that are going to flip this way, and we have these that are going to flip this way. So if we're going to use these as tucks in a journal, which is kind of what I'm thinking of doing, what I think I'll do with the other paper is use it for decorations, or use it as pages in here. We have to cut it down, of course, to make it fit. And then I will use some coffee dyed paper, but probably not going to need a whole lot. So making all of these that we've made so far, we still have all this beautiful paper left. So there's 3, 4. Take these out for the tags. 5, 6. Let me take this out because we're going to cut this up. And we take this out because we're going to cut that up. So we got tags, envelopes, the front, and the back. So taking the embellishments out that we can use, you're still left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages to still play with and put inside our journal. So let's get started with these. Okay, so since when I put these little tabs in, that changes the size, and we're now at 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths. Okay, so I want to probably make my papers for the inside like 5 3/4, probably, or 5 1/2, just to make sure they all fit. So we know we'll start with those. So we know we're going to need that, and we're going to need it double. So I think I'm going to pick one of these gorgeous papers, and we're going to cut it down. And then, I'm sorry, I forgot to show the measurement for this side. So, and this is right at 12, of course, so we're going to probably do 11 3/4 wide. So, get our little trusty cutter out again. So, if I want it, I'm going to have to do 11 3/4, which is right there. So we have this little tiny sliver. And then we said 5 7/8. So let's make it 5 3/4 this way. And should be 5 3/4 on this one. We may have to take a smidgen off, because this is, and when you get this, you're going to have different sizes, which is what I wanted, so that way you have some variety. So we're going to do that one, and we'll do one more. I love this music paper, so let's use that. I can get it to stay. So I'm going to cut this down. And then we're going to do 3/4. And come on, stay put. All right. All right. So look at that pretty bird. So now we're going to fold these in half, and we're probably going to have to still trim some off the bottom. But I don't like to do that until I know for sure what I'm going to do. And then let's do this one. And we're just going to fold it. Let's do this one this way. Either side is equally beautiful, that's for sure. All right. So here we have one. So I'm going to put that inside. And then let's add this one on top. And then do this. And then a surprise birdie on the inside. And see, we're going to have to take some off of that. But that's okay. We can do that at the end. I mean, it's pretty close. All right, so we have that so far. And we have this beautiful sheet here. And I'm going to pause and I'm going to cut these out real quick and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so when I got done cutting everything out, you can see these gorgeous things that we have to play with now. Just absolutely brilliant. I haven't inked around anything yet. And then another envelope. Okay. So now we have to decide. I'm going to go ahead and take these inside pages out. We're going to work with this one. We have to decide, you know, what we're going to do for our cover. All right. Oh, love that side too. Okay. So since the back is so beautiful, I don't know that I'll do anything to this, but we're going to start with this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vintage photo and I'm going to ink around this. I know that's kind of the boring part for everybody. And what I love about this paper is you can go as simple as you want because you don't really need to do anything. It is so gorgeous, you know, or you can just, you know, decorate like you normally do. And I always like to do the edges, the inside edges as well. Okay, so that looks a little bit better. And then to make it a little more grungy, I'm going to take my walnut stain and I'm just going to do that. Just all right, inside as well. I hope I'm not jiggling the camera. That just makes it super grungy. All right, so this is what we have. Love this. So I had an idea to kind of make a small collage on the front, and I have some of these frames that I also got from MADI. I don't know if she has anything left, any of these left. She may have. Just go into Spectrum Art Creations and send her a quick message and you can see if she has them, or by all means please go to the store. She has an online store, and see if they're available in there, because these are just scrumptious frames. So I'm going to see if I can find one that I may want to put on the cover. And I'm kind of leaning towards a brown since I've done the brown. Let's see what else. There's so many to choose from. It's too big, I think. Ooh, that could be nice. Yeah, I like this one better. All right, so let's go with that. So I'm just going to kind of do a collage. I just wanted something in the background to kind of add to this. These are stickers. These, of course, are from the pack. Put these over here like this. And I think that's a bit much. Okay, so let's just do that. All right, so let's take our sticker off. Me, I always have trouble with these. Kind of place it where I want it. All right, and I'm gonna dirty it up with my vintage photo. I don't think this inside's gonna show, but I know this is, and so I'm just kind of going around the edges. And then I'm going to get my glue, and I'm just using art glitter glue. I just put it in a small bottle. And on this, I'm going to make this a pocket. So I'm just going to glue on the 3 sides like that. Whoops. And I think I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm gonna put this right here, I think, and I'm gonna make it a pocket. I think I need to dirty that up a little bit, or grunge it up, I guess is a better word. So we can see that really well. And I'm gonna put that, and again, I'm just gonna do the 3 sides. All right, we're going to let that dry. And we have our 2 pages that we took out of the pack. Right here and right here. Love this part. In fact, I think he needs to be at the first page. So I'm going to add some paper. And I'm just going to tear it because I love torn edges. And I may even go back and tear those. That goes there, and then I have some of my coffee bag paper. And again, I'm going to just kind of eyeball it and tear it because I love, like I said, I love the torn pages. This is just a really big sheet that I had. And so I'm just going to tear it this way. Okay. Let's see if that'll work. If I could fold straight. And we're going to have this page, and then we're going to have this one. And then I think I want some music paper. And this is an old music book, as you can see. And I think Oh yeah, it's got a bunch of little kids songs. So I think we'll just use this one. And again, I'm just going to tear it down. I'm going to add that. And then add some full sheets of this as well. Alrighty. I want this to be my center, so I'm going to add these here. Looks like I need to tear off about a quarter. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to get all these together like so. And get my square ruler here. And my craft knife. Just square that off. There we go. All right. So now we have this. All right. So this is our front. I think that needs a little darkening on that edge. All right. And now, like I said, we can, this is probably too big, but we can make our little tucks, like this is going to be a tuck. And then we have another little tuck. Where'd it go? Right there. Oh, I hit the camera. I have to have something smaller, of course. All right. And then tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'm going to keep you guys too long. Tomorrow, we'll finish decorating the cover, make our tags, figure out if we want to add any more signatures to this, or folios to this, and we'll get one finished up. And I may do this one off camera. If not, I may do it with you guys. And then we'll continue on and work on the others. Thanks you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys have a great day. Hugs, and I'll see you soon. Bye.